Lionel Andres Messi was born on June 24, 1987, in Rosario, Argentina. From the moment he could walk, a ball seemed to follow him everywhere. His father, Jorge, worked in a steel factory, while his mother, Celia, was employed in a magnet manufacturing workshop. They lived modestly, but what the family lacked in wealth, they made up for in warmth and support. Messi grew up with 3 siblings, and in the small courtyard outside their home. He would spend hours kicking around a worn-out ball, often barefoot, lost in his own little world of football. By the age of 4, Messi had joined his first club, grandly coached by his father. Even at that age, his dribbling and balance were special. He would weave past bigger kids as if the ball was glued to his feet. His grandmother, Celia, was his biggest supporter, often taking him to matches when his parents were busy. She believed he was destined for greatness, and Messi would later dedicate every goal he scored to her, looking up to the sky with both hands raised in tribute after she passed away when he was just 10 years old. At 6, Messi joined Newell's Old Boys, one of Rosario's biggest clubs. There, he scored hundreds of goals in youth competitions and developed the sharp instincts that would define his style. But as his skills grew, so did concern for his health. Around age 10, doctors diagnosed him with a growth hormone deficiency. It meant that without treatment, he would remain much smaller and weaker than other kids his age. The treatment was expensive, costing over $1,000 a month, and his family couldn't afford it for long. For a while, Newell's helped, but eventually, even they could no longer cover the costs. The Messi family was desperate. Jorge reached out to clubs all over Argentina, hoping one might take a chance on his son. River Plate showed interest, but wouldn't commit to paying for his treatment. Then, through family connections, word reached Spain, specifically FC Barcelona, a club known for developing young talent at their famed La Masia Academy. The story of a small Argentine boy with incredible skill reached the club's sporting director, Carlos Rexach. After watching Messi train for just a few minutes, Rexach was convinced. He famously signed the boy's first contract on a napkin, promising to bring him and his family to Spain and cover his medical expenses. In 2000, at the age of 13, Messi left Argentina for Barcelona. The move was both exciting and terrifying. He was small, shy, and barely spoke Spanish the way people in Spain did. The culture was different, the food unfamiliar, and he missed home terribly. But every time he touched a football, everything else faded away. His talent was undeniable. He would glide through defenders with ease, even among older, stronger players. Coaches and teammates quickly realized they were watching someone rare, someone who could see the game differently from everyone else. By 16, Messi was already training with Barcelona's first team. On November 16, 2003, he made his unofficial debut in a friendly against Porto. Less than a year later, on October 16, 2004, he made his official La Liga debut against Espanyol. He was just 17 years old. A few months later, he scored his first goal for Barcelona against Albacete, a delicate chip over the goalkeeper that showed both composure and instinct far beyond his years. The Camp Nou erupted. Barcelona fans had seen a glimpse of the future. Messi's rise was swift but steady. In those early years, he learned under the guidance of legends like Ronaldinho, who treated him like a younger brother. Ronaldinho's joy, flair, and confidence rubbed off on Messi, and soon the torch was passed. By 2006, Messi was already a key player in Barcelona's attack. That year, he won his first Champions League title. Though injuries limited his role in the knockout stages, he also represented Argentina at the World Cup in Germany, becoming the country's youngest ever World Cup scorer at 18. Then came the 2006-07 and 2007-08 seasons, when Messi's talent exploded. In March 2007, he scored a goal against Getafe that was nearly identical to Diego Maradona's legendary solo goal from the 1986 World Cup. Picking up the ball in his own half, Messi sprinted past 5 defenders and slotted the ball home. The comparisons were inevitable. Argentina had found its new Maradona, though Messi never sought to be anyone but himself. Under Pep Guardiola, who became Barcelona's manager in 2008, Messi's career entered a new dimension. Guardiola built the team around him, moving him from the wing into a false 9 role. The results were breathtaking. Barcelona dominated football with their possession-based tiki-taka style, and Messi was the engine that made it all work. In the 2008-09 season, he helped Barcelona win the Triple La Liga, Copa del Rey, and Champions League. He scored in the Champions League final against Manchester United, a rare header that sealed a 2-0 victory. That year, he won his first Ballon d'Or. The following years cemented Messi's place in history. Between 2009 and 2012, he won 4 consecutive Ballon d'Ors, an unprecedented achievement. His goal tallies were otherworldly: 47 goals in 2009-10, 53 in 2010-11, and a record-shattering 73 goals in 2011. In that 2012 calendar year, he scored 91 goals for club and country, breaking a record that had stood since 1972. Commentators ran out of adjectives. Defenders ran out of ideas. Messi's style wasn't built on power or height. He relied on balance, acceleration, and pure timing. His left foot became legendary, every touch controlled, every feint calculated. He could dribble through a crowded defense as if moving through air. His humility off the pitch made him even more loved. He rarely talked about himself, always emphasizing the team, his teammates, and the joy of the game. With Argentina, though, the journey was harder. For years, he faced criticism for not replicating his club's success on the international stage. Argentina reached the Copa America finals in Arlington, Arling-Yiwu, and Arling-Yilu, as well as the World Cup final in 2014. But each time, they fell just short. The 2014 World Cup final against Germany was especially painful. Messi won the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player. But after Argentina's 1-0 defeat, he looked devastated. Some fans back home even accused him of lacking passion, which hurt deeply. In 2016, after losing another Copa America final on penalties, Messi announced his retirement from international football, saying the pain was too much. But the public outcry that followed, along with support from teammates and fans, convinced him to return. He wasn't finished yet. Meanwhile, at Barcelona, he continued to break every record imaginable. He became the club's all-time top scorer, surpassing Cesar Rodriguez's record of Lionel Messi goals, and later went on to score over 670 goals for the club. He also became La Liga's all-time top scorer. His partnership with Xavi and Iniesta was pure poetry, and later, with Neymar and Luis Suarez, he formed one of the deadliest attacking trios football has ever seen. The 2014-15 season brought another treble for Barcelona, with Messi again central to everything. In 2019, Messi won his 6th Ballon d'Or, further extending his lead over rivals. But change was coming. Barcelona's financial troubles began to worsen, and by 2021, the unthinkable happened. After more than 20 years, Messi was forced to leave Barcelona because the club couldn't meet La Liga's financial fair play rules. His farewell press conference was emotional tears streamed down his face as he said goodbye to the only professional home he'd ever known. Even the club president admitted, "This is not the end we wanted." Shortly after Messi joined Paris Saint-Germain, it was a new challenge, but the adjustment wasn't easy. The style, the city, the expectations, it all felt different. Yet even in Paris, Messi still produced moments of magic. He won Ligue 1 titles, provided countless assists, and linked up with old friend Neymar and young star Kylian Mbappé. By 2022, though, the narrative around him shifted once more, as attention turned back to the one trophy that had always eluded him: the World Cup. At the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, Argentina arrived as one of the favorites. This was Messi's 5th and likely final World Cup. From the first game, it was clear he was on a mission. After a shocking opening defeat to Saudi Arabia, Argentina regrouped, and Messi led by example. He scored crucial goals against Mexico, Australia, the Netherlands, and Croatia. Then came the final against France, a game that will go down as one of the greatest ever played. Messi scored twice, once in regular time and again in extra time, before converting his penalty in a shootout. Argentina won 4-2 on penalties. Finally, the missing piece was his. Messi lifted the World Cup trophy, completing football's ultimate journey. In that moment, the debate ended. For many, he wasn't just one of the best. He was the best. The victory made Messi a national hero in Argentina. Crowds filled the streets in celebration, and even Maradona's old critics embraced him fully as their own. The image of Messi holding the World Cup aloft, smiling through tears, became one of the most iconic sports images of all time. He was named the tournament's best player. Once again, a fitting recognition for his brilliance and leadership. After the World Cup, Messi's career entered a new chapter. In 2023, he made another surprising move, this time to the United States, joining Inter Miami in Major League Soccer. It wasn't just a football transfer, it was a cultural event. His arrival transformed MLS overnight. Stadiums sold out across the country. Fans who had never watched a match before tuned in just to see him play. Even in his mid-30s, Messi's influence was immense. He led Inter Miami to their first ever trophy, the League's Cup, scoring 10 goals in 7 matches and proving that age hadn't dulled his genius. Off the field, Messi has remained humble and grounded. He's married to his childhood sweetheart, Antonella Roccuzzo, and together they have 3 sons, Thiago, Matteo, and Ciro. Despite global fame, he values privacy and family above all else. His social media presence is understated, often showing glimpses of home life or training, not luxury or excess. He continues to support charitable causes, including his own foundation that helps children access education and healthcare. As of today, Messi stands as one of the most decorated players in football history. Over 800 career goals, more than 40 major trophies, 8 Ballon d'Ors, 10 La Liga titles, for Champions Leagues, 1 Copa America, 1 World Cup. A list so long, it almost seems unreal. But beyond the numbers, what makes Messi special is how he plays. The grace, the precision, the love for the game. It's something that reminds people why they fell in love with football in the first place. He has inspired an entire generation, not just through records, but through his humility and perseverance. From a boy in Rosario battling growth hormone deficiency, to the man who conquered every league and lifted the World Cup, Messi's journey is the definition of dedication and belief. Even now, as he plays in America, every time he steps on the pitch, there's a sense that you might witness something magical. Lionel Messi's story isn't just about goals or trophies. It's about resilience, about a small boy who refused to give up, about the love of a grandmother who saw greatness before anyone else did, about a family who risked everything for a dream. And in the end, it's about the beautiful game itself, about the power of football to turn a shy kid from Argentina into a legend known in every corner of the world. Even now, when he smiles after scoring another goal, you can still see the same quiet joy he had as a boy in Rosario, playing barefoot in the courtyard, chasing a ball that never stopped rolling.